And then they'll come in. So, welcome everyone. Are we feeling good this morning?
Well, yeah.
Very good. So, let me get the introductions out of the way real quick. My name is Brawny. I have been in the fandom since 2010. Mostly an analyst at the moment. So, one of the black sheep of the fandom, really.
Of course.
My YouTube channel is my name. It's Brawny. I've got 4 main shows on there. One's called A Buck to the Face. It's jokes and reactions. If you've ever seen an episode of Robot Chicken, you sort of get the idea. The other one is called Moral of the Story. That's where I take an episode and I analyze its friendship lessons, see if it's actually applicable to real life, and give and take it. A lot of people have found a lot of useful life advice out of that series. Weekly, I run 2 live streams. One's called Friday Night Fights, so I did that last night. It's a video game live stream. And usually on Saturdays, but not this weekend for obvious reason, I do something called Brawny Debates. It's a live stream. I bring people on. We talk about just about any type of subject, really, and learn about it from whoever we have on. In profession, I've been a jack of all trades most of my life. I've been a photographer. I've been a writer. But I've been doing martial arts for 20 years now.
Nice.
And the study of martial arts came out of a need really to be healthier. When I was younger, I was obese, and then between the ages of 10 and I'd say 14, maybe even 15, I was morbidly obese, and it was causing a lot of problems. I was also a really weird kid. I'm not gonna mince words about that. I was weird, like in all the sense of the word. So between being overweight and being weird, you get picked on a lot, and it's like, okay, so the only thing I can do here is fight back. And if you learn how to fight, you have to get it healthy. But I also ended up having a lot of friends that had their own way of like not being healthy. They had something wrong with them. They had, or they got themselves into trouble, or they got themselves into bad habits. So my study of health and fitness ended up, well, he wasn't interested, that's okay. My study of health and fitness ended up branching out into all aspects of health and fitness: mental, physical, spiritual, and learning as much about it as I can so I could be there for my friends and help them. So, Coach Brawny, that's me.
Of course.
I forgot to mute my phone.
Okay.
So, here was the inspiration really that made me decide I wanted to do this panel. Does anybody remember this episode?
Yeah. I might have heard about it.
Yeah. In this episode, Fluttershy ran herself ragged trying to help her friends, and it ended up being that case that they warn you about on the airplane where, hey, you got to fix your own oxygen mask before you can help the people next to you. So if you've got friends or family or anything, you've got people in your life that you care about, you want to be there to try to help them, you've got to be in the best shape that you can be yourself. You've got to be there mentally, you've got to be there physically, you've got to be there spiritually.
Right.
That comes from a desire to be better for other people. So we want to take care of ourselves. Also, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of a personal story here. I had an uncle, and this guy was a monster, but he didn't take care of himself. Like, I can tell you some amazing stories about my uncle, but he didn't take care of himself, and he ended up having a stroke in like his 40s or something like that, which is younger than you should. And then proceeded to continue to not take care of himself. So a famous quote of my uncle's was, "You guys are going to feel silly when you're old, lying in a hospital bed, dying of nothing." And we all thought that was hilarious at the time, but it turned out to not be true, because you don't lay in a hospital bed dying of nothing. You lay in a hospital bed for 14 years, slowly and painfully withering away and dragging down your family with you. Don't be that guy. I love my uncle, he was an amazing person, but that was a problem. And I don't think we want to be like that guy. So take care of yourself, get strong, and you can be there for the people that you care about.
Nice.
So here's today's goals. I'm going to rocket through this thing so we can get to the fun physical activities here. If you have any questions, feel free to stop me. So today's goals: gain an understanding of your body type, gain an understanding of how your body works, find a type of exercise that you enjoy, pursue it outside of this panel, and make new friends. So it's a pretty small convention. We should already know each other, so we're already halfway to making new friends. Pursuing it outside of this panel. Now, this is where I run into a lot of, frankly, excuses. And I understand excuses. If you don't know what to do, if you don't know how to solve the problem, that's fine. And a lot of people, what they're worried about is they are concerned about, I might have a pre-existing health condition that gets in the way of this kind of thing.
True.
So I'm going to dispel that. And the other thing they say is, I don't have money, which is totally understandable. The healthcare system in really the whole world, like every country has its unique problems with its healthcare system. In America, uniquely, price.
Right.
And you know, I know all the political reasons behind that, and they make me violently angry, but it's besides the point here. I know how to get around them.
Right.
So if you are worried about price, don't be. As of this moment, I am your resource. I've got cards up here where you can get a hold of me if you're interested in anything after the panel. I used to have cards for my YouTube channel, which is an easier way to get a hold of me, but I either don't have them or ran out, or I couldn't find it this morning. But anyway, this is my karate school. I teach it locally here twice a week in Orlando, Florida. So if you're local, I highly encourage you to come sign up. That's a little bit of money, but if you're like, hey, I've got this exercise that I want to do, but I don't know where there's a group for it, or I don't know where to get it, I don't know how to get it, I don't have a whole lot of money, I bet you I can help you find it, or help you learn it in a way that you can do it on your own without having to spend any money. So as of this moment, I am your resource to getting healthier, totally free. Understand your motivation. Most people who desire to better themselves fall under one of these three categories. Those who drive straight in with maximum effort.
Right.
Those who ease themselves into maximum effort. So you start small and you get big. Those who take baby steps the whole way. All of these are equally valid.
Of course.
You do which one is best for you. You do which one is easiest for you. How you get there is not important. Getting there is what's important.
Right.
Each have their pros and cons though. So whichever one you end up going with, whichever one is you, it doesn't matter, but you need to be at peace with the results that each method will carry.
Of course.
The unfortunate fact of the matter is you will reap what you sow. So the more effort you put into something, the faster you're going to see results. But if maximum effort doesn't work for you, if you're the type of person that burns yourself out, then it doesn't matter if you're going to get those results. You're never going to see those results, or you're going to get the results and then you're going to burn out, and then you're not going to be able to go back and you're going to lose all that progress.
Right.
So that's just one example. Each of these has their pros and cons. Find out what works for you and stick with it. Do not compare yourself to others, right? So what's really good for me will kill Mr. Wind over here.
Of course.
What's really good for Mr. Wind might not be good for me, right? If my friend over here is looking at me and says, "Dang, you know, I'll never be as good as him," or something like that, and I'm not saying that's what it actually would be. I'm just like, I see this happen a lot, and I've been guilty of it myself. So I'm sort of throwing you under the bus here for the sake of my example.
That's fine.
If you're comparing yourself to other people like that and how you're making progress, you're going to kneecap yourself because you're going to demotivate yourself unnecessarily. And yeah, that ultimately leads to being the best version of yourself.
Right.
Any questions so far?
Well, that's pretty nice where you mentioned that a good thing you put that in bold letters there, yourself, because it's all about you in general.
Yeah. Part of the reason I got into martial arts was I sort of wanted to be like Jackie Chan. I love cameras, I love writing, and I love martial arts and fitness, and I love performing, I love acting, and I just put it all together, and I'm like, hey, that's we already have that, we call it Jackie Chan. So I was trying to be like Jackie Chan, and then I'm like, but wait a second, I didn't have the same training, I didn't have the same, I didn't have the same resources he had. I'm not gonna be him, but I can be me.
Right.
And I can be pretty dang helpful. So in some ways, I'm better than Jackie Chan.
Nice.
Right? But I'm the best. I try to be the best version of myself.
Of course.
Yep. Do not be afraid of those baby steps, right?
Yeah, like start small. Yeah.
Most people need to start small.
Of course.
Okay? Mind, body, spirit. We foolishly think that they are separate things, but they're not.
Nope.
Not only is everything connected, everything's connected physically in a sense, like if you get a small misalignment, like say in like your hips or your feet or your neck or something like that, it will chain react all the way down the rest of your body and cause all kinds of problems. So, and that's just one aspect of you. If you've got, say you're depressed about something, right? Or you're just depressed in general, clinical depression is a thing. That will make it very difficult to take care of your body. So your mind snowballs into your body.
Right.
If you're not taking care of yourself spiritually, if you're degenerate,
Right.
if you've got bad behaviors that are not good for if you're not good for your spirit, you're gonna get depressed, and then your spirit snowballs into your mind, which then spirits into your body. Or it can work the other way too. You've got something wrong with your body, so it makes it harder to move, which demotivates you, which makes which affects your spirit. It's all connected. Do not separate it.
That's good. No doubt.
Okay? Balance each part of your being. Even small changes will snowball over time. So while I just got done harping on about how, small negative changes can have a snowball effect, like I said, you get back what you put in. So if we choose to have positive effects on our mind, body, and spirit, then that will snowball into becoming stronger.
Right.
Forget dieting. Dieting is, I don't like that term, right? It's gotten some pretty negative connotations, and that's mostly because most of them don't work, especially if it has a name.
Right.
If it has a name, 9 out of 10 times, unless it's ketosis, and even then that's iffy.
Maybe Atkins.
Atkins is more often than not a worse version of ketosis.
Of course.
Right. So if it has a name, 9 out of 10 times it's a fad diet. Those are not designed for all body types. Everybody's going to react to the same diet differently. For example, I need to be in caloric deficit all the time.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I had to diet a while back because I've been exercising.
Yeah.
And I've also found out that I had pre-diabetes, which I thankfully reversed.
Good, good. Yeah, so I see where you're going. I'm getting there myself.
Right.
I'm just saying watch out for fad diets because they just say, hey, if you do this, then this will happen. And usually they only work for a select few people like that, and they're hard to maintain, which is the biggest problem of them all. If you can't do it, you're not for a long period of time and stick with it, not just until you reach a goal, but for your whole life. Your diet has to be your lifestyle. Then you end up starving yourself of nutrients, right? Which you need. So the best thing you can do is conscientious eating. You get a general understanding of what different nutrients do to you, or the effects of what you're putting into your body is having on your body. You get an idea of what that's doing to you, become more conscious of it, and it becomes easier to make better choices. So you end up dieting, but you're not really dieting. You're just like, oh, and it starts small. It's like, okay, if I have a slice of cake, right? That's gonna put a lot of sugar into my body, and it's gonna spike my insulin levels, and it's gonna if I don't burn it off right away, it's gonna turn into fat, which is gonna stick to me and be hard to burn later.
Of course.
If you start thinking about things like that, then it becomes that cake starts to look freaking disgusting after a little bit. Or if you're like, hey, I've been doing really good, I've been in a caloric deficit, or I've been, meeting my nutrition balance, a little piece of cake is not going to hurt me. I'm getting stronger. I am strong enough and fit enough to eat this cake. Yep. So switch to conscientious eating. Just get an idea of what you're putting into yourself and what it does to you, and it becomes easier to make better decisions as a lifestyle. I already said that. Switch to whole or unprocessed foods wherever possible. Stay out of the grocery store. It is getting expensive. And most of the time that stuff is coming from across the country, from another side of the world. It's been loaded with insecticides, pesticides, fertilizers, stuff that's and processed to Tartarus and back, and with a bunch of stuff that is poisoning you. It is markedly shown that from 40 years ago to now, even vegetables and meat has lost a significant chunk of its nutritional value.
Of course.
Go to this if you got the time, right? There's no shame if you don't have the time. I'm just saying, it's the best way to get whole unprocessed foods. Get the seeds, put them in the ground, wait a couple of weeks.
What would you say about local farmers markets?
Local farmers markets are the second best thing. All right, now that's not to say that any fruits and vegetables are bad for you. I'm just saying you have no way of knowing what they're doing to it, and it may not be as good as it could be. So if you have the option to go to a farmer's market or shoot to grow it yourself, do so. The best thing you could do is grab that chicken, cut the head off, fry it up yourself, right? That was your chicken. You knew that thing, where that came from, since it was an egg, right? If you buy a store-bought chicken, you don't know what they fed it.
Of course.
Which is, again, I'm not saying the chicken is bad. I'm just saying it might have stuff in it that might not be good for you. It's still a lot better than anything from Hostess. Right? It's still better than anything from Stouffer's that you throw in the microwave for 45 seconds and then you've got 2,500 calories of empty carbs. Understand your proportions. One of the best things you can do to outside of just knowing where your food came from is proportions. Has anybody ever actually looked at the serving sizes on nutrition facts?
God, yes.
Oh yeah.
I love trail mix. Trail mix is my favorite thing. Trail mix is 300 calories for a serving. Has anybody know how much a serving of trail mix is?
Half a cup.
Wow.
It's a quarter cup. Wow. It is less than a handful. 300 calories right there. That's a third of my calories for the day.
Wow.
Literally.
One little handful. By the same token, 300, 400 calories. You ever try to eat 300, 400 calories of salad?
Wow.
You can't. A 400 calorie serving of salad is this freaking big.
Well, depending on the dressing.
Well, don't put dressing on it.
Dry?
You can
At least keep it nude.
You can have balsamic vinaigrette.
Some of us don't like dressing.
Balsamic vinaigrette is going to be the best thing you can do. It's like 25 calories for a tablespoon. You really only need 1, maybe 2 tablespoons. So yeah, it's very difficult to eat. Same thing with fruit, right? Now fruit is a little more caloric dense. Meat is going to be a portion size is going to be about the size of your hand. That's going to be about 400 calories for chicken or beef right there. A little less if it's a fish. But yeah, understand your portion sizes. Fill your plate with as many of the food groups as you can, and you're already on the way.
Yeah.
Okay, fats. Get a little bit of the good kind. Avoid fats from animals. So if you're buying beef, buy the lean beef. Buy animals that don't have a whole lot of fat on them naturally, like fish or birds.
Right.
I'd say chicken. I eat the most chicken, but turkey's really good. Just birds in general. Okay? So the good kinds of fats are fats that you might get from olive oil.
Of course.
Olives themselves. Almonds. Watch out for the calories, though. Avocados are really good for fats. Walnuts are really good for your brain. And they got the good fatty acids for you. Proteins. Pork, beef, fish, birds, eggs, beans, occasional red meat. So, I say occasional because you definitely need that iron that comes out of red meat like beef, but you don't want to get too much of the fat. So try to buy as lean as possible. Lean's a little bit more expensive, which kind of sucks, but We'll figure that out eventually. Occasional fish. Fish is really high in protein, really low in calories, no fat, pretty good. You eat it too much, you're going to get a little bit of mercury in you.
Wow.
Right? So, especially if you don't know where it came from.
God, coach.
Yep. Now, we're getting better about that, but try to avoid those things more than twice a week. Once, twice a week, something like that.
Right.
Birds and eggs should be good. Pork has a lot of fat on it. Watch out for that. But it technically counts as white meat, like a bird, so it's a little more on the lean side. Carbohydrates, good for energy, muscles, and bones, so very nutritionally dense when they are complex carbohydrates. Does anybody know what a complex carbohydrate is? Dark vegetables.
Oh.
Okay? Simple carbohydrates are your grains, your breads, your oatmeals, things like that. So you're going to get complex carbohydrates from dark vegetables, beets, berries, bananas, yams,
Right.
sweet potatoes, not regular potatoes. Vitamins and minerals. So a lot of your vegetables that have your complex carbohydrates that are really low in calories but really nutritionally dense,
Right.
they're also going to have a lot of the minerals that you need. These are the rocks that make up your bones, the calcium, the magnesium, the zinc. And it's very, very difficult to have too many of them.
Right.
Now let's talk about body types. The jury's out on body types. I'm going to be open about that, right? Like, a lot of people will see this chart and think I'm crazy.
Of course.
But the same amount of equally qualified people that have also had a lot of success in their career were like, yes, work with your body type. Your body type is your starting position.
Right.
It is possible to change your body type, but it's very difficult. And your best chance to do it is when you're young, like before 15 for most people, and definitely before 18. After that, like I said, possible, but you got to be careful because you might hurt yourself trying to do it. Ectomorphs, naturally skinny, really high metabolism, very hard to keep fat on them. They have trouble building muscle. Mesomorph, kind of a middle ground, usually an athletic build. This is where most of my family is. I somehow ended up as an endomorph. These guys put on fat really easily, but they also put on muscle really easily.
Nice.
These are your strong men that you see in the strongman competitions, and they kind of look fat, if we're being honest. They don't really have the chiseled physique, they're not that cut, they got a bit of a beer belly.
Right.
But they're also the only ones on the planet that can pick up a 1,000-pound orb and throw it.
Wow.
So these are your starting points. Largely genetic, can be changed with hard work. Some fitness professionals disagree with this concept. They've talked about this. Treat this chart as an understanding of your starting point.
Right.
So let's say you're an endomorph, you want to become an ectomorph. It's possible. It's going to be a lot of really, really hard work.
Of course.
And you might hurt yourself doing it. So beware. It's better to have a goal that works within your body type, if at all possible. Like I said, be the best version of yourself. Here's some common goals. Cardio, walking, running, biking, swimming, dancing. Low or maximum effort strengthens the heart and lungs. Clears the arteries of plaque and fat buildup from the unhealthy foods you were eating.
Right.
You get this, you fuel this with low-fat foods. So cardio, vegetables.
Right.
Really small portions of really lean meats, maybe beans.
Right.
Aerobics, a lot of body weight. Low weights, body weights, high reps, long periods of time. So we're talking like you take a 10-pound dumbbell, which is going to be significant, which is going to be fine for most men. Like if I were to give, my friend here a 10-pound dumbbell and say do 10, he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and he's not going to feel it. But if I say hold on to that 10-pound dumbbell and do it as fast as you can for a minute,
wow.
Shoot, you start to feel the burn already. Just doing that without weight, right? I'm sure that looks hilarious on camera.
Of course.
Muscle burn. So this is where you're going to feel burn. You're going to feel like you're on fire.
Of
You're
course.
burning a ton of calories. You're burning a ton of oxygen. And to get here, you want to have a balanced diet. there was one more thing I wanted to add to that. Oh yeah, that's usually how you get like your cut physiques. It is possible to build muscle with aerobics. In fact, some would say body weight's the best way to get a lean cut physique. Bodybuilding, heavy weights, maxing out between 8 to 12 reps, right? And there's actually, some people say 8 to 12, some people say like 5 to 8. I've worked in both ranges.
Right.
Most professional bodybuilders and powerlifters, they cycle through all of these really. Like they'll have a month of heavy maximum weights, and then they'll have a month of aerobics where they're working more in the 8 to 12 to 15 range for their reps, and then they'll have a month of cardio or something like that. So maximum effort. By the time you get to 8, you should be going Super Saiyan. So and you're worried that this thing's gonna fall on you. Hopefully you have a spotter because either this bar's going up or your soul's going up.
You should be turning blonde at this point.
Right. So, strains the muscle. Here's a good way to tell the difference. So if you guys have run or you've done a bunch of sit-ups at one time and you still feel that burning, you know what an aerobic workout feels like.
Right.
If you want to know what a muscle building exercise feels like, just go ahead and grab your forearm and hold it down and try to curl against yourself. This is also called an isometric, but you can sort of feel what that feels like, and that's how you know you're getting the big muscles.
Nice.
So, weight loss requires caloric deficit and balanced diet with exercise. Muscle is denser than fat, so don't let the scale fool you. Right? I'm weighing in right now at 204.
Wow.
My fighting weight is probably around 190, 195, something like that. So I'm a little overweight right now, but I'm a little muscular. I'm muscularly dense. I'm also dense from bones. My skeleton's dense because I trained it, but that's a different story. Listen, I know what I look like.
Right.
However, did that sound fat to any of you?
Oh,
Did that sound
almost.
soft? Did that sound soft to anybody?
Sounded a little hard.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the type of thing you do. And I've got one giant ab that I've got like that, I've almost got that like bodybuilder physique. And I sort of wish I had the nice six pack so it could look pretty, but that's partially a genetic thing. So, but anyway, muscle's denser than fat. So if you're like, oh, I'm trying to lose weight, and you're doing a whole bunch of really big weightlifting exercises, and then you get on the scale and it's the same, or God forbid it's gone up, but you might look skinnier, and you're like, shoot, I feel like I look better, I feel better, why is this? That's why. You're heavier because your muscles grew. Know when you're starting, know where you're starting, and know where you want to go to know how to get there.
Good points.
Okay, hierarchy of fitness. Breathing.
Of course.
You have been breathing since, what do all the billboards, the pro-life billboards say around here? 18 days? No, that's heartbeat. You've been breathing since shortly after you were conceived.
Of course.
And you are literally going to breathe until you die.
Of course.
That's how that works, okay? Here's how you do it, because most people do it wrong. Inhale. Everybody do it with me. Inhale. Through the nose. Fill your whole chest and stomach full of air. I used to tell my students, breathe in until your third trimester. Hey, we're in a room full of men. Look at the way my belly freaking flexes out when I take that breath, right? And then exhale through the mouth. Pay attention to your breathing the rest of today, and then the rest of your life. Just everything you do.
Yeah.
You're going to feel so much better getting that oxygen in there. You're going to think better, you're going to feel more awake, and you're going to be calmer. Right? That's one of the best ways to just reduce stress is take the time to breathe. Form is the second most important thing. You cannot have, why are these all one? I just realized that. It should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyway.
Because they're all equally important.
I suppose so. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Nice.
I'm taking it. It's mine now. Anyway, you cannot have form without breathing.
Of course.
You cannot have effort until you have good form. Well, you can, but if you don't have good form, you're not going to get the most out of it, so you're going to be wasting effort. So you breathe good, and then you have good form so you don't hurt yourself and you get the most out of it.
True.
Once you have good form, now you can start trying hard.
Right.
What you get out of it is what you put in. Mix up effort levels to avoid burnout. So don't train 100% every single time.
Of course.
Have a day or maybe a week where you're just like maybe doing a little bit of shadow boxing, and this could be it, right? Just do this for 5-10 minutes a couple of times a day, and then have another week where you're just
Yeah.
right, and just get it in and go as hard as you can. Quantity. Once you get the good effort, then the quantity will build. So you're only good enough right now to do 5 push-ups, but you've got good form, and you're breathing, and you're putting in the maximum effort. In a little while, you'll do 10, and then a little while later, you'll do 15. Right? As long as you have all this, then the quantity will come. Combine the previous steps and do what you can and aim to improve over time. After you get quantity, speed will come with muscle memory of combining all of these.
Right.
Combine all previous steps. Keep notes on your capabilities. There's a million different body weight exercises out there. You might be able to do 10 of one thing, 5 of another thing, 100 of another thing. It's going to get difficult to keep track of. Write it down. Dead serious, write it down. It'll help you a lot. Aim to improve over time.
Good points.
Okay, and that's it. Now, who would like to get into some fun stuff? Who wants to give what we just learned a try? If you would like to get a little warm up, a little exercise for today, come on forward. I've cleared some chairs for you.
All right.
Now then, I need you guys to be honest with me. Do I have anyone here who's participating who has any pre-existing conditions? Sir, can I get you over here just a little bit so we're not blocking the camera? Yep, let's watch out for my camera. Any pre-existing conditions? Diabetes, injuries, anything like that? All right, cool. That makes my life easier. So we're just going to take things very slow. We're going to stretch. We're going to warm up, and then I'll give you guys a little body weight exercise. Hey, who's going to watch real quick? Because I talked for a long time. I got to know how much
It's
time.
11 right now.
11. Oh, we got a half hour. This is great. All right, so first thing we're going to do, let's practice that breathing again. Let me hear you guys breathe in. Good through the nose and out. Good. So we're going to breathe in over the course of 3 seconds. I'm going to count to the Mississippi. Begin. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Out. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Let's try it again now that we've got the pace. In. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2. Out. 1, 2, 3. Good. One more time for practice. In. 2, 3. Hold. 2, 3. Out. 2, 3. We're going to keep that the whole time. All right? Now, let's start with the neck and work our way down. Because everything, your whole muscular spinal alignment actually starts up here and it goes down. The most likely thing that's going to get misaligned is the neck. And then, like I said, that will chain reaction its way down the rest of your body and cause all kinds of problems. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our feet about shoulder width apart. We're going to put our hands on our hips. We're going to keep our shoulders down nice and relaxed, but we're going to keep our chin up. And now we're going to make small clockwise circles really wide with the neck. And just keep breathing all the way around. You want to try to touch your ears to your shoulders, but don't shrug your shoulders. You want to try to touch your chin to your chest while keeping your back straight. And you want to try to touch the crest of your head to your back. Now you might have noticed that is physically impossible. I know. The goal here is that if you try, you will get closer than you did otherwise. Now let's go the other way. There we go. You always want to work both sides equally.
Nice.
Yep. Good. We'll just do a few of those. I wonder if the microphone picked up the cracking my neck did when I started. That's the sound scoliosis makes. That's something I deal with, minorly, and part of the reason I train so hard is to keep that in check. Because that's another thing. If you've got a physical impairment of some kind and you're like, oh, I can't work out because of that, that's backwards. It will only get worse. Work out to keep it at bay. A lot of diseases, medications, physical ailments, they get worse if you don't exercise. If you exercise, you can keep them at bay, reverse a lot of them. A lot of your medications require proper diet and exercise in order to work properly. My friend with the pineapple shirt, can I get you this way just a little bit here? Yep, just watch my camera for me if you can. Now then, let's work our way down. So we're going to do shoulders and we're going to point. Boy. All right.
You did?
Yeah, you came here in an add-on Philly shirt. Boy! We got Trixie here. Boy! All right, now, don't let your hands cross in front of you while we do this, right? You're gonna take away from it. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna point in front, then we're gonna point down, then we're gonna point to the ceiling. And I'm gonna hit my, there we go. Yep, straight arms all the way up to the ceiling. Now just circles all together, forward. There we go.
I remember this from high school.
Yep. And you're gonna. So how does everybody's neck feel after those neck circles?
A little better.
Yeah.
Feels good.
Yeah, and you're probably now while you're doing this, think about pressing your pectorals together, your chest. Press your pectorals together. Stretch your shoulder blades, your lats out, and then we'll go the other way. Just keep those straight arms. Make sure you're not going to hit your friend next to you or behind you. Nice. And think about stretching out that chest. Remember to breathe. Remember, the breathing is the most important thing. Good. Now for a fun little challenge. See if you can get one arm going forward and the other arm going backward at the same time.
It sort of works.
Yeah. And if you can, make sure you do it the same on both sides. The easy way to get the same workout is to just straighten and swing. And just kind of rock back and forth. And you feel, that does sort of feel different from just going forwards or backwards, doesn't it? Now we're working the muscles in a different direction. There we go. Now we're going to get a little loose and we're going to sway from side to side.
This is my favorite.
Swing your arms from side to side.
Yeah.
Come on everybody, do the Mario. Now we're going to get a little bit faster. But you want those arms to stay loose. Watch out for the people behind you.
Morning
Cover the
chairs.
chairs.
Yeah. Stay loose. And just go a little bit faster and try to look as you spin to the other side of the room. And you should feel that stretch in the middle of your back.
Oh yeah.
Along the side to side. Now we're getting nice and loose here. These are called dynamic stretches. Dynamic means you're moving. There we go. Relax. How's that feel so far?
So far so good.
Yeah, feeling a little bit better, getting the blood flowing. You're going to carry this energy throughout the whole day. Now, we're going to take our hands and we're going to do the Macarena. Hey, never mind. That's dumb. There's no exercise in there. We're going to take our hands and we're going to put one behind your back. And then we're going to point to the opposite wall and reach for it. There you go. Now be careful of leaning forward or backward. Just go straight and reach. And you should feel that here, opening up your rib cage, making it easier to get those big breaths. And then we're going to go to the other side.
Oh, I need this.
Yeah. Now put that other hand behind your back. Yep. Yeah, you feel how that deep in the stretch. Now when you're stretching, you want it to be a little bit uncomfortable. Don't relax. You want it to be a little bit uncomfortable. You never want it to be painful. Difference between discomfort and pain is like, okay, I can hold this, but I kind of don't want to, versus pain will feel like a stab. Okay, if it feels, hopefully nobody here has ever been stabbed by anything other than a vaccine needle. But if you know what getting stabbed feels like, then if you feel that when you're stretching, shoot, relax a little bit. You're going too far, or you're aggravating something that shouldn't be aggravated. All right, now, we're in Florida. Everybody in Florida has guns. So we're gonna get our guns out. We're gonna get our guns out. We're gonna get our guns out. I wish I had guns. I'm wearing a baggy shirt. Yes, totally wearing a baggy shirt. That's why. Anyway, get your guns out.
Okay.
Bear down those sights, so look at your fingertips. Now follow your fingertips to the ceiling. Good, and just reach. Now, if you can get further back, do so. And just hold, and let's see if you can hold that. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Good. How's that feel?
Good.
Yeah. All right. If anything's not feeling right or you're not feeling good, let me know. Okay. There's no shame in that. Let's get the hips now, and we're gonna bring it around town. Bring it around town. Bring it around town. Bring it around town. My friend Cruiser just came into the room at the worst possible moment, and we're gonna go the other way. Get your whole body into it. Get that butt out. Get those hips forward. This is one of the most important stretches. One time when I was 17, I neglected hip circles for a couple of months, and I got a nasty knot in my glutes that took like a month of chiropractic to get loosened up. And ever since then, I was like, okay, not skipping the goofy looking hip circles anymore. I don't care if people call me a fruit. There we go. All right. Bring it in, bring your feet together. Now we're gonna wake up the knees. So point your toes together, grab the sides, and slowly bend all the way down if you can. Get as far as you can. And just sit on your calves.
So that sounds comfortable for me.
Yep. Now we're gonna straighten back up, and we're gonna lock our knees back. I'm just gonna push them back, right? Just like that. Now we're gonna do it 9 more times. 2. Yep, just go at your pace. 3, let your heels come up, it's okay. Yep. There you go, you feel that difference?
Yeah.
A couple inches makes a huge difference. 4.
That's what she said.
5, nobody asked you anything. 6, 7, 8, you take it at your own pace, never mind how fast I'm counting. 9, 10, good. And now that since we're already here, we might as well do a toe touch. And just reach. Now the important thing here, I'm gonna come around and check you out, is to keep your legs perfectly straight. Almost like your knees are locked back. If you can touch your toes, but your knees aren't straight, then you're not touching your toes. Having the knees straight is the most important thing. My friend over here looks pretty good. So go ahead and relax, but lock your knees back.
Oh,
Yep.
there we go.
Yeah, you feel that it's a huge difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I know she's good. My man over here is looking pretty good too. And just hold that for a few more seconds. Now, to get a good stretch, there's a few different things you can do. You can wake yourself up. That only takes to hold it. Waking yourself up only takes 10 seconds. Starting to work on your flexibility takes anywhere between 15 to 30 seconds. The best results, at least a minute. Relax. Come on up slow. There we go. Now we're going to base out a little bit, a little wider than shoulder width. Yep. We're going to get into the fun stuff here. We're going to base out nice and wide. We're going to bend down on one leg, right? So just pick a leg, watch your space, and we're going to, now the important thing here is keep both heels on the floor. So if this is as far as you can go, cool. What you're trying to do is bend down all the way, keeping both heels.
Like this?
Yes, exactly like that. Very good. This is level 1. Get your hands on the floor. Yep, one leg straight. You should feel that from your glute all the way down to your hamstring here. Level 2, get one hand behind.
Needs some help with that, dude.
It
has to be straight, right?
He's fine, he's fine.
Okay.
Level 3, reach for your toes. I'm Matt. I used to be able to grab my toes and put my head on the floor. Now there you go. And come up slow, always transition slow when you're stretching.
For me, since I'm in tropical attire.
There you go.
Don't split those shorts.
And do the other side. Oh yeah, my right side is way more flexible. I gotta fix this. But that's the thing, we're improving, and shoot, I've been doing this for 20 years.
Still good?
Still gotta improve. Oh yeah, you're looking great, dude. All right, come on up. And let's have a seat. When I'm teaching my classes, we always do this. We always start and give the at least first 5 minutes doing this kind of thing. Let's put the bottoms of our feet together.
I cannot.
Let's grab our toes. Let's pull those heels into the groin. Let's use our elbows to push our knees down. And just get as low as you can. The goal is knees flat on the ground, head in the feet. And just hold. My man with the tropical shirt over here is amazing. Look at that.
Yeah.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Come on up. Now we're going to put one leg out. Yep, like so. Make sure this other leg's in. Now, whichever leg you've got out, make sure it's flat on the floor. So you don't want to be on top of your foot. You want it to just be flat and have your foot off to the side. And we're going to take our backhand. So right now my left leg is in, so I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to reach out to my right foot. And try to grab your toes. And then try to get your head to your knee. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. That's a hamstring stretch. That's the back of your leg.
Yeah.
The butterfly that we did earlier, that's inside of your thigh. That's the, I forget if, I always get abductors and adductors confused. I should go read my textbooks again. Take this leg that's already bent, and we're going to put it on top of the knee, like so. Yep. And now we're just going to reach forward again. And now what we're hitting is the back of the knee and the calf, the lower leg. You guys feel the difference there? Yep, just, it should be a little bit uncomfortable. It should not be painful. Never, never painful. All right, relax. Now, since this leg's already up here, we're going to take it, we're going to put the bottom of the foot on the other side of our outstretched leg. If you can, if you've got the extra balance, you'll get a slightly better stretch if you bend this in.
Wow.
A man's got it. A man's got it. It's fine if you can, it's fine if you don't have the balance for it. A lot of people don't. You'll work your way into it. That's what we're talking about today. I'm going to do it because I like doing it. This is a lower back, and this is the abductor. The outside's the abductor. The inside's the adductor.
All right.
Glute, adductor. No, abductor. I'll get it eventually. I've been doing this for 20 years. You'd think I got it. I'd be a great teacher if I could talk. And then just stretch to and try to look behind you. Now we're getting the lower back, the glutes, and the abductors. And you should feel that kind of outside the thigh. And now let's do the same thing on the other side. So we got to get the other leg now. Yep. Straight out, leg flat, reach with the backhand. There you go. Now can you, it doesn't matter if you can touch your toes. If you're doing this when you're touching your toes, you're not getting a stretch. But if you're doing this and you can go here, you know, and it's uncomfortable and you're getting a good stretch, now you're stretching. Now you should feel that a little bit of pulling on the back of your leg, right? And then the distance and getting your head to your feet or your knees comes with time. Comes with doing this routine at least once a day for at least 15 seconds on each stretch. Now let's take this other leg and put it on top. There we go. Reach. Back leg, backhand, yep. And then the other hand. There you go. Yep, feel the difference?
Mm-hmm. It's just like my dyslexia.
Yeah, I got that too. I feel you, man. All right, now, same thing. This leg on the other side, and then bend if you can. Hug your knee into your chest and turn against it. And you should feel that here and in your lower back.
Yeah, wherever your butt should be facing.
Yep, yeah, you got it. Good. How's that feel, guys?
Like a pet.
Good. All right, relax. Let's get both of our feet out in front. Now this one's required, right? You don't graduate today's class unless you get into the split. So just open up as wide as you can. If this is all you can do, fine. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get the adductors. We're gonna get the inner thighs. We're gonna get a little bit of the groin muscles, but it's actually, like people used to say that all the time. They used to just hit the splits for fun. And people would be like, how do you not hurt your testicles? Because it doesn't involve the testicles, you doof nugget. or the
I like Goof Knock, yeah, I remember that one.
or the ladies would say, "Oh, I'd rip something," and no, it involves that. You're a cheerleader, gosh darn it! You should be better than me.
I'm wearing jeans. Something's
So yeah, just open up and reach forward as far as you can. Right in here, I'll do it with you, and you should feel that in here.
Yeah, I feel it.
Yep.
actually feel pretty good right now.
Yep. And here, I'm gonna open up so I can get my stretch in too. There we go. And now try to grab your right hand with your right foot with both hands. Oi. Yep.
Like this?
Yeah, but straight. See if you can straighten out your legs. Just put them flat. Are you bow-legged?
But like it, I don't think so.
Can you stretch out? Can you lay your? Are you able to lay your legs flat? Some people are bow-legged. That happens where they
Yeah.
for some reason they don't have
I mean, it's only like a Y shape.
Okay, so now that can be fixed with stretching.
Yeah.
But it's not even really a problem. For now, we're just going to do what we can.
Yeah.
Right? That's all you can do. Let's try getting the other side now. I was on the right side for far too long. This is how you end up with muscular imbalances like I was talking about.
Nice.
Good. All right, come on in.
And what you say?
We did the center already. Come on up. Now, there's if you want to get your stretches good, something that helps a lot. We're on carpet. You kick off your shoes with your socks on. You reach for the ground. You don't have to do this with me if you don't want to, but point your toes up to the ceiling, get on your heels, and you will slide. Yeah, and you're going to be like, oh shoot, but you're going to force yourself to sink into that. Y'all want to know how I got my split?
Like that.
That was one method. I was using that method, and then my older brother came up behind me, and he goes, "You can do better than that."
Tell them about Josh Gorge's wedding.
I was probably a few months away from a split, and then I had to split very suddenly, and it was the worst thing ever. That's
Some tendons.
That sounds fucking painful.
Yeah, but now I can just drop into a split.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in my late 30s. I can just drop into a split. It's all good.
I feel old.
Tell them what happened at Josh Gorge's wedding.
I don't remember what happened at Josh Scorcher's wedding.
You made some pun about a split.
Oh yes, I did. And then I dropped into a split, and the whole room cringed. It was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious anyway, but
Just the ooh.
they don't like me anymore because of that. Where was I? Oh yes. Let's get in close. Let's pretend we're friends for a while.
Football.
Group
Yeah.
hug.
Now then, hey, Cruiser, would you mind doing me a favor and just make sure the camera can see us? Thank you very much. All right, take your right hand, put it on the shoulder of your friend next to you. Okay. Take your left hand, and grab your left ankle.
Left ankle.
Good. And now see if you can pull straight back, right? And just use your friend for balance.
Touching
Yep.
the glutes good or the tail?
Yeah, touching the glutes is good. It's really good, actually. And then if you can pull straight further back, that's now what you're doing, sir, is you're going off to the side. And what I want you to do is I want you to go straight back so you feel it in the calves.
Oh, so like
in
this?
the quads. Yep, like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And then just pull as far back as you can. So don't go off to the side because you're taking away from the stretch. Point that knee straight down and then pull straight back. And you should feel it in the top of your leg. Are we getting that?
Friendship.
Don't be afraid. You can put your weight on me.
Now let's try the other side. There we go.
Coon, I can for sure handle your weight.
I'm really light and small.
Yep. There we
Brawny
go.
could throw me across the room if you want to.
I can try.
There we
Probably
go.
could.
A stiff breeze could throw you across the room if you wanted to. All right, relax. So, how are we feeling? We can spread out again?
Oh wait, my muscles
Yeah.
are warm.
Which is good. My iced coffee wasn't doing it.
How about you, sir? How are you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. A little excited already.
I'm gonna feel this on the drive home.
That's the thing with his workouts. He'll be like, okay, I can just barely handle this. I think we're done. He goes like, okay, now for the real workouts we begin.
I've had a few people come into my class. They've been newbies, and we'll do this stretch routine and the bodyweight exercises we're about to do, and I'll have people gassing out. And I'll say, okay, now that the warm-up's done, and my favorite one is one of my students goes, you gotta be freaking kidding me. All right.
Okay, we're done public ways. Now to jog around the neighborhood.
So,
That's easy.
No,
Who here has seen One Punch Man? How did he get to be the strongest ever?
100.
100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and a 10-kilometer run every single day. And not only that, but you can't use the air conditioner. You can't let it be cold in your apartment during the summer, and you can't let it be warm in your apartment during the winter. You've just got to tough it out. You got to make sure you eat right. Just a banana in the morning is fine. Okay? Make sure you get your nutrients. And you've got to do it every single day, no matter how much your bones crack, no matter how hard it gets. And afterwards, you will lose your hair. But you'll become the strongest there is.
Yes.
I like that. That was beautiful.
All right.
Hold on. How many push-ups did he do? How many sit-ups? What kind of juice did he drink?
Thank you, Lanny. All right. Jumping jacks. We'll start there.
Well, I'll take it.
Jumping jacks have two positions. I formation. Go ahead and just bring your feet together. A formation, which is shoulder width, hands overhead. I want to hear this clap. Yep. I want to hear this clap. Good. Now, try to not let your heels touch the ground. So we'll go A position, I position. A, I, A, I. Draw my artwork for me. A, I. Make music for me. A, I. Good. Keep it going. Keep it going.
I cannot go either.
Woo! Good. Relax.
That was nice.
Really good to get the heart pumping. Really good for your calf muscles. Really good for your cardio. All right. Squats. Base out. Double shoulder width. This is where we start talking about muscle ratios. With a wide squat, you're getting more hamstring, right? Now, with all squats, you're getting hamstrings and glutes. So back of the leg, butt. Wide squats, you're getting more hamstrings. Keep your back straight, shoulders back, chin up. Inhale against as you're loading up. So bend those knees as far as you can. Keep your back straight. Good, hips forward. Good. Exhale coming up. So you exhale against the resistance on everything you do. Inhale going down. Exhale coming up. Let's do a few more. In. Good, just keep going. And you should feel it back here. He's got great form. Good. All right, relax. Narrow squats get more of what?
The butt?
The butt. Right, so for narrow squats, we're going a little narrower than shoulder width. We want our toes forward. And now this one, you bend forward naturally. So whereas the last one I was saying, keep your back straight. This one, you're naturally going to bend forward a bit as you go down. Try to keep your heels on the ground.
Just be straight.
Yes, try to keep your heels on the ground, knees straight. And just go down as far as you can. And come up.
Enjoying the show, Kyle?
Inhale. Exhale. Good. How's that feel? You're going to get more in the glutes like that. Glutes are really good for running. Glute muscles are how we became the dominant animal on the planet.
Oh, God.
Yeah, because glutes is what makes you able to run long distances, which is how we were able to chase down literally every single
we can do this. We can do this.
Yeah, we can do this. We can do this.
We can do this. We can go.
If you're feeling spicy, you can even do this.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Have a seat with me. All right, let's work on the ab muscles now. Yep, so here's what we're gonna do first. We're just gonna do a basic sit-up. So put your legs down and lay down. Hey, this is a comfortable floor.
Right.
Now,
You're right.
see if you cross your arms on your chest. Take a deep breath in. And when you exhale, try to touch your elbows to your knees. Go. And just sit up. Good. Do you need help, sir?
Like
Sometimes,
this?
yeah, there you go. So go down and exhale. That's what you're looking for. Good.
So the legs.
Like, for some reason, I can't do it without it.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
I
Some
have to put
people,
kettlebells on my feet when I
I mean,
Some people-
if I have weight on them, I can do them, but
some people need a spotter, and that's fine.
actually, mind if I do it this way?
Yeah. Yeah, so just give it a couple
Yeah.
more. See how many you want to do.
I'm bad. I've got bad counterbalance weight.
Yeah. But that's fine. As you develop your core muscles, the need for a spotter will go away.
It's a diuretic.
All right, everyone's looking pretty good. Relax. Okay. Now, that'll get most of your abs. Abs are comprised of upper, lower, and obliques. Okay? The obliques are on the side. So to get the upper ones now, what you do is you lay down and you get your feet up in the air.
Oh, I know that.
Yep. Crunches. Cross your arms. And this is going to be a very small motion, but you're going to try to touch your elbows to your knees by inhaling and then exhaling as you flex nothing but your stomach. Do not pull with your neck or your shoulder blades. You will hurt yourself. Flex your stomach up and exhale out. Woo. Good. Looking good, guys. Give it a couple more. Nice. Good. Relax. I don't want to burn you guys out yet. We got a long day ahead. That's how we get the
That's what
upper.
naps are for.
Yeah, this is how we get the upper abs. Lower abs, we've got to involve the legs more. So let's lay back down. And this time we're going to sit on our hands. We sit on our hands to support the lower back. You can do it without
Under the
sitting on
bottom
your
of the
hands.
back.
It's going to require more strength and you're going to strain your lower back. I do not recommend it. It's not worth
Under
it.
the butt or the back?
Under the butt. Yep. And that, and
Tell
plenty.
them or?
Just right on the cheeks.
Gotcha.
Now, inhale and raise your feet 2 inches off the ground. Perfectly straight, point those toes. Now raise them up to 6 inches. And now let them back down to 2, but don't touch the ground. And go. And just keep doing those. There you go. You guys feel the difference of where that's hitting?
Yep.
And my man over here has already made my point for me, is if you're having, for whatever reason you're having trouble doing that, you can get a similar effect by bending the knees and not going as far. Because the more weight you put further away from your body, the harder it's going to be. All right, relax.
Hopefully it makes you sweat.
Yep.
You know, I appreciate that everyone,
As if
like
you're not
mostly everyone
sweating
here is
so much
wearing
from the
shorts.
sun
You guys have
already.
great leg muscles for the most part. You guys walk, run a lot.
I hide my leg muscles.
We're at a convention. We're going to be walking all day.
I'm just saying, like, especially you have very defined leg muscles.
I bike. I try to bike.
That probably.
Well, I try. Actually, I'm not for my job. I do 3, 4, 5 miles a day
Nice.
of walking.
Next up are obliques. And I'll just demonstrate these real quick here. So there's 2 really good ways to get obliques. If you want to focus on obliques, go like you're doing a sit-up position, get into a crunch position, reach for your heels, lean to one side, touch your heel, and then touch the other. And that's 1. Yep. So when you're doing these ab exercises, the best thing you can do for these is time under tension. See if you can bring your, my friend, see if you can bring your legs in more. So you should
Like
not
this?
be, yep, you should not be wider than shoulder width.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And then like this.
Yep, and just turn from one side to the other. Yep, there you go, you got it.
Using the side muscles?
Yep. You guys feel that in the side? So you want to try to sit up and get your shoulder blades just off the ground. Good, now relax.
Oh, I feel it here.
Yeah, so when you're doing these, the best thing to do, these ab exercises, the best thing you can do is time under tension. So say you go for like 15 to 30 seconds and just do as many as you can. Maybe make a note of how many you can do in that amount of time and see if you can beat it a week later, right? You want to take rest time to build the muscle, so if you do a really intense exercise one day, wait until the soreness goes away, which will usually just take one day, especially if you're under 40, 50, and especially if you're eating right? And that's another thing. You can always get into better shape. I've seen people start weightlifting in their 70s and then become competitive.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy the things that you can do with your determination. The other one is a little bit harder, and what you do here is you get into this position, you get your hands behind your head, you straighten out one leg. The last one we did was called heel touches. These are called bicycle kicks. And you turn your body, so you try to bring your knee up to your opposite elbow, like this.
Like this.
And then you go to the other side. So turn.
Like this?
Yeah, here, let me help you out, sir. So, bring this elbow to this knee. Yep, like that, good. Now, switch. There it is. Yeah, you got it. Good. And see how fast you can do that. Now, don't pull on your neck. It's gonna hurt. You just are using your head as a buffer zone to help you get that rotation.
So like this?
Turn your body more.
Like
so
this?
here, sit up and look at me straight on. I'm just turning my torso.
No, let me.
There you go. Yeah, he's got it. He's got it. Look at that.
Nice.
Professional. All right, relax. Now, for the push-ups.
This part's easy. I'm light.
Oh, God. Oh, there's a crap next to him.
I feel it in the belly right now.
Yeah, you should.
That's a good place to put it.
Yep, obliques, uppers, lowers, right?
And the glutes.
Well, for ab exercises.
Oh no, yeah.
Time under tension. See how many you can do in a certain period of time. Make a note. Try to improve. Now then, push-ups. Let's take our hands flat, put them on the floor. They should be directly under your shoulders. So go ahead and lay down. Are your hands directly under your shoulders? Good. Now, we'll start with level 1. We're just going to rock on our knees. So get your feet up in the air. And now inhale. And we're going to push the ground down. Good. Now try to keep your elbows back. This is where I differ from a lot of people, but these work chest and triceps. If you flare out, you're taking away from both your chest and your triceps. But if you keep your elbows tucked in as you go down, and you shouldn't even see them, then you're just like that. Now you're focusing mostly on your chest and triceps, mostly on your triceps. Yep, and push up. That's it right there. Level 2, straighten out your body. Now for this, you want to keep your chin up. And the reason being is to keep your airways open, because breathing is the most important thing. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good, relax. I want you to save your strength because we're about to do a little bit of a challenge here.
Oh boy.
Let's see who can match the sensei, because there's a million different types of push-ups as well. If you widen out, you'll get more chest than triceps. Triceps are the back of your arms, right? So now, double arm width. Okay? And you can still stay rocking if you want to, or you can kick out. Here we go. And inhale, exhale. Good.
Right angle arms.
Inhale, exhale. Good. So, when you're doing any kind of body weight exercise, a really good thing to do is breathe in slow and out slow, while going as fast as possible. So watch me do a bunch of push-ups right now, and listen to the way I breathe. And you might have noticed I'm doing 3 push-ups per inhale and 3 push-ups per exhale.
Nice.
Yeah, slowing down your breathing like that will help you get more if you're trying to get more. Now, fists down if you want to. Knuckles, yes. Now, keep your fists vertical. You see how I've got? So you're like here, go like this. Good. Yep. Now, down and up. I'm not hearing anybody breathing. I don't want anybody freaking passing out on me. Good. That's going to get your wrists and forearms nice and strong. Good. Who's ready for pure tricep?
Pure tricep.
Time to see how small of a muscle group the tricep really is. Make a triangle. Kiko! Put it on the ground.
This one's not going to be
Kick
good.
out. Lower your chest to your hands. Inhale. Exhale. You feel the difference? Inhale. Exhale. Good. Relax.
That one's not my strongest suit right there.
Okay, second to last one. We're gonna go back to double width. What are we working when we get double width?
Chest.
I don't want to work chest, I want to work triceps. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna kick that curtain. We're gonna bend down just on one arm.
Oh, God.
And then we're gonna bend down on just the other one.
Oh, God.
These are called shifters. Let me see.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's a negative from.
That one's a lot harder.
Yeah.
It's a bit harder for me since I have a metal plate in my left elbow.
Oh, that's a bad day.
Yeah.
But you see, that's the type of thing I should have known about when I was asking about pre-existing
Yeah.
conditions.
Yeah.
Technically, it's pretty good.
I would not have recommended these had I known that for him.
Yeah.
Last one. Palms down. Go down. And when you come up, clap. And see if you can catch yourself before you face plant. If you're face planting, I'm not taking responsibility. Get stronger.
Hey, cool, you were doing pretty good.
Yeah.
You did a couple.
I know, that looked great. Good job.
Appreciate it. It's just my hands hurt because I used to fry cook a lot, so.
They'll get
A lot of
stronger.
the-
They'll get stronger as you do
He's a
it.
fry cook, he's SpongeBob, he's not gonna get stronger.
Now then, extra credit. Back of the hands.
Oh, no.
I'm sitting down.
Yeah, I know.
It sort of works for me, I guess.
Let me
You
try.
got one back of the hand down, the other's like half of a fist.
Like this?
It's empty.
There you go.
That's it, there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine are gone.
Fingertips.
Okay,
That was easy. Well, no.
That's easy.
It just hurts because I did all these other
Actually, no,
push-ups.
I don't have the muscle. Nope, I don't have the arm muscle for that.
I would have done those ones first.
We're leveling up. We're getting
Yeah.
stronger.
Yeah.
All right, relax, my friend. On your feet, everyone. What time is it?
It's 11:40.
11:40.
Wow.
I'm surprised nobody told me to stop.
We were just having too much fun.
Yeah. Good though.
I was a bit scared that it only like 5 minutes was passing.
Well, that's a good time for me to call it there. Thank you all so much for coming. How do we feel? Is that blood pumping?
Yeah.
We're energized, we're feeling good, maybe just a little bit sweaty.
I'm pumping and sweating a little.
A little.
Go reapply, make sure you, if you got a room, go
Take a shower.
Take a shower. If not, reapply your deodorant. I don't want to smell you getting out there.
Drink water.
Hygiene,
Water.
hygiene is part of your mental, physical, and spiritual. The projector's off. I don't know why I'm pointing at it. Health. If you have any questions, feel free to talk to me afterwards. Would anybody like a flyer?
Oh,
I got
I'll take one.
Yes, sir.
Coach.
And Brawny,
Yes, sir.
by God, drink water. Tell them all to drink water.
Yes. Hydrate.
Hydrate before you dehydrate.